let's just start with the thing we started with, which was Microsoft just getting long a call, like kind of blindly, just like, never trade earnings, just get long a call. For I think I did 30-day options, right? So I don't care about this strategy. I want to show you how the closing rules. So if you do nothing, this is just closing odd expiration. Okay, but what if you want to do more than that? Well, there's lots of ways you could set closing rules. Another one is to say stops and limits. Let's say a 40% stop, a 40% limit. That's one. So the trade will close when that condition happens, or 30 days, whichever is the soonest. Okay, but there's other things you can do too. You can actually go to a technical close and say, I want to close. I'll say if the stock price goes below the 200-day moving average, I want to close. So now there's 3 closing rules here. One is when the 30-day option expires. It might not be exactly 30 days. The other is if there's a stop and a limit. And the third is if the stock goes below the 200-day moving average. So now I've layered several different closing and I don't know if you've been seeing, but like the returns have been going higher and higher as I have better closing. That's how you would do it. There's several different ways to do closing rules. Another way to do a closing rule is when you're doing custom earnings. Let's say you want to do, I've talked about before earnings. So let's say after earnings, if you want to open a position 1 day after earnings and close it, 30 days after earnings. So the closing rule here would be 30 days after earnings, or when the option expires, or when the stop or limit is hit, or if the stock goes below the 200-day moving average. Now I've layered 4 different closing rules, and all of a sudden it's positive. I don't know if you guys saw that. The started as a negative 50% return, negative 100% return. All of a sudden with the right closing rules, we've got this 7 out of 12 winning and 247% return. This is getting a longer call in Microsoft 1 day after earnings, closing 30 days after earnings. So it's the post-earnings momentum with several different layers of closing rules. In this case, worst case, when the option expires, or if for 30 days after earnings, or if the stock goes below the 200-day moving average, or if a stop or a limit is hit. So I've just layered 4 different closing rules on a strategy which didn't work, and we turned it into a winning strategy. There are people who are trading blindly and buying calls at Microsoft, let's say, and that's fine if you want to do that. But wouldn't you want to know how it's worked in the past? Because I just found something that requires 4 closing rules in specific timing. And I took generally a losing strategy into something that has basically made you rich, right? Now, again, Microsoft has been in this Magnificent 7 bubble for 3 years. So I'm not trying to convey that this is necessarily a good strategy, but I implore you, anyone in the world, how else would you know this? I just layered 4 closing rules with special timing. And it took me, how long did that take me? 24 seconds? Okay, do that anywhere else in the world. Show me anywhere, I mean literally. You have infinite money. Show me anywhere else in the world you can do it. It's okay, you cannot. This is the power of TradeMachine. And can you imagine if I added skew and kurtosis to these results? Actually, let's do it. Anyway, so look how quickly you can test things in TradeMachine, right? So look, you're trading half as often and getting 145% return, right? Okay, someone else show me where you can test, 4 closing rules, 3 open rules, how you can get these results. You can't. That's the power of TradeMachine.